So I'm fortunate today to be interviewing Chen. She is an authorised financial advisor for New Zealand financial planning. So Tina, tell me about yourself. When did you come to New Zealand?
In 2000, I came to New Zealand.
In 2000, and where did you come from?
China, Guangzhou.
Right.
Guangzhou.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your work now as an authorised financial advisor, authorised with the FMA or by the FMA,
By the
Financial
FMA.
Markets Authority.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm an authorized financial advisor. Now I work for the New Zealand Financial Planning. I provide services on personal financial planning. Yeah, it's quite new to most of people, especially in the Chinese community. So when I asked people I'm the Chinese, I asked them, is it enough with the New Zealand super in retirement for you? So currently, if you retire, it's 28,000 for a couple and 18,000 for a single person. You know what? The answer is usually no. Then I said, well, if it's no, then what are you going to do? The best thing is to have a financial plan. And the benefit is that when you have a plan, you can achieve your goals all through your life by managing your financial resources well with the help of a professional financial planner.
So the real problem for a lot of your Chinese clients, is it mainly Chinese clients that you're dealing
mainly
with?
Chinese.
That it's a language gap, language difficulty, they don't speak English, so they find it hard to understand?
Yeah, I think that's one of the barriers, yeah.
Right.
And also there are other things like whether they are open-minded to learn, yeah, and whether they think that they should, by living in New Zealand here, they should have the concept of saving for retirement. In Mandarin, we say 存钱养老, saving retirement managed in the New Zealand context so that they can make the benefit of using the super here.
Well, that's interesting because the Asians, of course, have a reputation for being good savers. But what you're saying is that culturally they do it very differently.
Yeah.
So for a Chinese person, how do they usually save for their retirement?
Yeah, they should take into consideration like the New Zealand super here, and they should consider Kiwi Saver.
But they don't at the moment, do they? So is more needed to reach out to these people and make sure that they can understand?
Yeah. That's why I started writing articles on the Chinese Herald.
Right.
Yeah, to give people the education about Kiwi Saver.
Sure.
Which is one of the things that they should consider for their retirement income. Sure.
So you've been in New Zealand now for 14 years. Tell me about the contribution that you're trying to make to this country as a New Zealand Chinese person.
Yeah. Apart from serving people in Mandarin or Cantonese in their financial planning, I also contribute to the community. As I'm always happy to do it. Like I ran the workshops for new migrants. It is through the Auckland Regional Migrant Services, and it's from 2010 to 2013. And the feedback were very good. And also I took part in the Money Week. Maybe you have heard of it from the Commission for Financial Literacy and Retirement Income.
Yes.
Yeah, in 2012 and 2013. Yeah, my purpose is to offer my expertise in financial planning and my talent in language, especially to those Chinese, to help them.
And so what do you think New Zealand Asian leaders can do really to bridge the gap for Asians in financial literacy and in understanding what products are on offer of assistance to them in New Zealand?
Yeah, if from the product perspective, most Chinese, just like the mainstream here in New Zealand, they are just interested in real estate. Property investment.
Yes.
Yeah. Although I have been trying hard to say that, well, it's good to invest in property. However, it's better to be diversified.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's one thing I've been doing and I've been helping them with. And from the New Zealand New Zealand Asian leaders perspective, I'm really not sure how much NZAL can do in this area. But for me, I've been always believing that one person or one organization or just one government is not enough. It should be from the government, like the Commission for Retirement literacy, the financial literacy and retirement
so there's
income.
a retirement commissioner.
Yeah, the commission and the some organization like NCAL and advisors, our level, then the three levels working together. I believe if we work together, we can do something and we can improve definitely.
Right. So you know there's an increasing number of migrants coming in from Asia.
Yeah.
Do you think more needs to be done to help them get on in New Zealand in terms of financial planning?
Yeah, exactly. They really need to be open. The first thing is their attitude, whether they're open to learn. For those immigrants, Chinese immigrants to New Zealand for more than 10 years, well, it's quite hard to crack the nut. But for the new one, I hope that they will be open to learn. That's one thing. And they are very fortunate, I would say, that, I mean, compared with me immigrating to New Zealand 14 years ago, there's no such workshop for financial planning for new migrants, but I've been doing it 4 years for them. So yeah, the only thing is that they are open to learn. Unfortunately, in those workshops I run for the new migrants, Chinese, it's only a small part.
Yeah, it's true. But how many financial advisors now that are authorised by the FMA speak Mandarin, Cantonese, Korean, Japanese, Asian languages?
Asian, it'll be very small. I don't have the exact number, but from what I know, probably say like about 2,000 authorized financial advisors in all through New Zealand.
So we're talking about 5, are we talking about 10? What percentage? 2%, 5%?
2%, 5% probably.
Yes.
5. Yeah.
So it's very low.
Yeah, very
It's
low,
low.
and most of them are working in big institutes like banks and finance companies. For me, like I am kind of independent. I reach out to the community to do whatever I can to help. It's only, as I know, it's only me doing the job.
So in terms of your vision for what you want to do going forward, you're still an emerging Asian leader at the moment. What do you want to achieve as an Asian New Zealander for New Zealand Inc.?
I'll be continuing my business, like providing the financial planning for anyone, especially Chinese. And then for the community side, I will continue to take part in the Money Week. Every year, Money Week by the commission. Last year, I was interviewed by WTV, the leading Chinese TV in New Zealand, for the Money Week. And this year, I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to talk with Maggie Chen from Chinese Herald, to do the same promotion in newspaper as well, to help the Chinese community. And if it's possible, I would like to run the workshops, the same workshop for personal financial planning in Mandarin, for Chinese.
Okay. So there are many firsts happening now, and it's important because there are an increasing number of Asian migrants coming in. Do you think people in New Zealand are aware of the ever-growing migrant group that needs servicing?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. More and more Chinese coming here, and especially in the finance field. And they, as you know, that through immigration, and under business category, they bring lots of funds into here, and they really need this kind of service. And apart from what we can help, it's investment in managed funds, but it should be more than that for them to invest or to do business in New Zealand. For the other field, I'm not familiar with, so I cannot say anything. But with the managed funds, we can definitely help people like me or those AFAs in the banks, in the big finance institutes. We can definitely.
So has it been helpful having New Zealand Asian leaders? You're around other Asian leaders like yourself?
Yeah, very good. I attended the first training section. I like it. It is really a good opportunity for me to connect with other Asian entrepreneurs, and that's very good, and to exchange information with them, and probably in the future, any business opportunities. I quite like it. And I quite like the email you sent after it with the wisdom from Dr. Liang.
Yes.
Yeah, very good information.
Well, yes, because you just wouldn't find that anywhere else.
No.
It was very novel and original, but it came from an Asian person And that was their viewpoint.
Yeah, and very good. And I quite like the talk from Meng Fu.
Yes,
The mayor
of Gisborne.
Gisborne. Yeah, it's very good, very informative.
Good. Well, thank you very much, Tina,
Yeah.
and keep up
You're
the
welcome.
good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.